Isaiah chapter 9 proclaims hope and deliverance, and it contrasts the darkness of judgment with the coming joy that God is about to bring them. The first couple verses talk about how the land of Zebulun and Naphtali had suffered humiliation and darkness, but also how they are about to feel joy and liberation. God's people will experience abundance, peace, and freedom from oppression. In verse 6 it says, "For a child will be born to us, a son will be given to us, and the government will rest on his shoulders, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace." Verses 8 through 21 discuss God's warning against the arrogance and the pride of the northern kingdom of Israel, and how they are going to provoke him to judge them. In chapter 10, Isaiah warns against pride and justice and reliance on human power alone. The first four verses discuss how God condemns leaders who make unjust laws and oppress the poor. It talks about how he will punish their greed and their arrogance. Verses 5 through 19 talk about how God will use Assyria to punish Israel for its rebellion. And then it talks about how Assyria will become proud and think that its power comes from them alone and not from God. And so then God will punish Assyria. Verses 20 through 23 talk about how although most of them will be punished, most of the people will be punished, there will be a few that remain afterwards, because they will return to God instead of sticking in their stubborn ways. God describes his punishment as swift in verses 24 through 34, and he says that he will crush the proud and save the oppressed. Chapter 11 of Isaiah is about the impending righteous reign of the Messiah. Verses 1 through 5 talk about how Jesse, who comes from David's lineage, will come a shoot, which is the Messiah, and it will be filled with the Spirit of the Lord, with wisdom, understanding, counsel, knowledge, and the fear of the Lord, of course. Verses 6 through 9 talk about a peaceful kingdom and how natural enemies will live in harmony, and it says that the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the Lord, which I don't know about you, but that sounds awesome. It says that the Messiah will gather the scattered people of Israel and restore them from oppression and exile. And it says that the enemies will be removed and God's people will return to their land, and they will be guided by the Lord the entire way. Isaiah chapter 12 isn't a very long chapter, but it's a chapter of praise and thanksgiving, which celebrates God's salvation and his strength and his guidance for his people. In the first three verses, there is praise for God's deliverance. He acknowledges God's anger against sin, but he is also grateful that there is an option for salvation. He has confidence and joy because of God. Verses 4 through 6 say, "And in that day you will say, 'Give thanks to the Lord, call on his name, make known his deeds among the peoples, make them remember that his name is exalted. Praise the Lord in song, for he has done excellent things. Let this be known throughout the earth. Cry aloud and shout for joy, O inhabitant of Zion, for great in your midst is the Holy One of Israel.'"